Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Myrtle Beach Kia, and I'm checking out a 2018 Kia Stinger in the GT2 trim level. So this is a rear-wheel drive, twin-turbo V6 sports sedan that rips out 376 pound-feet of torque in a four-door, luxurious hatchback. So let's go ahead and check it out. This Stinger is sitting on a set of Michelin tires with 225/40 ZRs in the front and 255/35s in the back. Now these are wrapped around 19-inch alloy wheels in a two-tone. It also has a high-performance Brembo braking system with ventilated disc rotors on all four wheels. The name of this color is High Chroma Red, and it's a very unique red. As soon as I saw the vehicle, I was like, man, this is a stunning color. Absolutely stunning. Hopefully the camera will be able to do it justice. Has a little bit of a metal flake, but man, does it look good. And it looks really good in contrast with the black. So you have the gloss black with the smoke chrome here in the front. You even have the bezels appear to be carbon fiber around the outside of the headlights. So no fog lights here. We have all cooling for the intercoolers on for the twin turbos there. So you have that smoked chrome, the gloss black, looking nice. Parking sensors across the front as well. And these vents are functional, actually go into the wheel well right here. And you also have some here on the side. So it helps out with cooling the brakes, cooling the tires, just some ventilation flowing through the wheel wells there. You have the radar sensor here in the front, just under the Kia emblem for your adaptive cruise control. It has decorative hood vents there, looking pretty cool in black and chrome. Here on the hood, here and here. The headlights are powered by LED bulbs, and you have a dynamic LED projector tube for your low beams, and your high beams are also in a projector tube. Now this is surrounded by LED daytime running lights and an LED turn signal. This is what the key fob looks like, and I think this is probably one of my favorite key fobs. The ends just have this simulated leather on the outside. It's a little bit grippy. It's kind of like a rubber feeling leather, and has the Kia emblem there. But check it out, you can hold it like this and all the buttons are here on the edge. And check it out, the lock button is right here. It's kind of like a detonator. Isn't that awesome? So you have your unlock, the ability to open up your power hatch back, which is pretty cool. We'll check that out in a few minutes. And it has a physical key on the inside as well, and a panic button. Let's go ahead and push the panic button and see what happens. So it basically honks the horn and flashes the lights. So it's a proximity key system. So as long as you have this key with you, you can use the vehicle. So it senses the key within a close proximity of the vehicle. Also, it senses it whether it's in or outside the vehicle. So as I approach the door, the side mirrors open up, letting me know that the car senses the key now. Now that feature can be turned on or off. And I can lock the doors by pushing this button or unlock them. So simply, if it's locked like it is now, I just push this button. It senses the key within a close proximity of the door and allows me access to the vehicle. So let's start here on the passenger side door. Now, the inside of the door is almost all black except for the aluminum or aluminium, depending on where you are in the world, trimmings here. It has the premium Harman Kardon speaker grills here. So there's a lot of soft touch surfaces here, all the way around your armrest, of course, Even down in here is a soft to the touch surface. You don't get any hard plastics until you get to the very bottom, here and here. It's all soft to the touch from here up. Of course, not the metallic portions. You have a storage pocket here. It's enclosed. And of course, you have this long one here at the very bottom. And a bottle holder here in the front. There's the threshold with a little bit of a sill plate there. Power seat with power lumbar adjustments here on the passenger side. The passenger seat is able to go up and down, tilt, and everything. It's very, very functional for a passenger seat. So check out these leather seats. You have the contrast stitching there, heated and cooled. Leather seats, looking nice. Real tight perforations there in the center portion. The bolsters are very significant without being too intrusive. Even has the GT pressed into the headrest there. There's the floorboard. You see there's very little tapering there on the right side right here, but just wide open. The dashboard has a stitching here, and it's a soft to the touch here as well as here. Then you have the metallic accent across the pretty much the whole dash there into the center portion. Locking glove compartment. And it's pretty traditional glove compartment, but it is felt lined. And check out that sunroof. Massive sunroof. You see what that sunroof looks like from the top. Okay, let's look at the profile. It has really awesome wheels. I like the wheels. They stand out. That's the first thing that I noticed. Besides the color, of course. Now, it has the smoked chrome around these vents here on the side. Body colored handles. You even have smoked chrome here on the top of the side mirrors. And at the top of the windows too. Look at that. All the way across there. And of course, this one has the big sunroof, so that takes up a good portion of the roof there. Okay, so there's the doorways there, comparing the front and the back, and the swing of the doors too as well. Okay, so here's the inside of the back door, soft to the touch, just like the front, all the way from here all the way down to here, and then you have the hard plastics down here. Storage pocket there as well as the bottom, and you have the two speaker grills just like the front. And a little sill plate. So the back seats are bolstered similar to a bucket seat, but it's basically a bench seat back here. Now they do fold down in a 60-40 split fashion to add to your cargo space. Now if you need a center passenger, you can flip up this armrest that has cup holders in it. And there's a little bit of a hump here, actually a significant hump here in the center portion. And you have a USB power supply and a 12-volt power supply. And then your little vents there, looking pretty nice. Nets on the back of the front seats. And the back of the front seats are also a durable plastic as well. And plenty of legroom, even with the seat all the way back. This vehicle has the legroom and also the seat room. So your legs are not going to be sticking out too far anyways, because you have so much seat room here. It does have the latch system for car seats, and they're easy to get to behind these little panels right here. Okay, so looking at the back of the vehicle, it has the little shark fin antenna here at the very top. Just below it is a really big third brake light. It goes halfway across the window there. All the taillights are powered by LEDs, the reverse lights, the turn signals, all that stuff are LEDs back here. Parking sensors across the back. And the backup camera is almost in the center position, just below the K there. And check it out, the quad exhaust with the surrounds there in gloss black. A little bit of a diffuser look here in the back as well. See how wide those tires are. Okay, so opening up the power hatch, power lift gate, whatever you want to call it, you can use the key. Has a little button on the side of the key, or you can push a button under here. And it lifts up for you. Now it has a shade that's removable in case you need some more cargo space. You can move that out of the way. And it has some tie downs, but just look how much easier it is with a hatchback. The opening is so big, you can stand here on the side and access your stuff, and it's just really, really convenient to have a hatchback. You have two sources of lights here, one on each side, which helps out with shadows. Tie downs here and here. There and there. This little panel here on the right side is a little fuse panel. Under the carpet is the tools for your spare tire and the spare tire itself, and a little bit of cargo space, I guess, around the tire if you really need to. I can't get a good shot of it, but the battery is also located underneath the spare tire. So these back seats, they split right here in that 60-40 split position, and you can fold down one or the other, or both, and add to your cargo space while still maintaining passenger space. And if you take out the shade, fold all the seats down, you have this massive cargo space that's really easy to get to because you have a hatchback. Okay, to lower the power hatchback, you can of course use the key, or you simply just push this button. It has a locking fuel door, and it's on the driver's side, so it's easy to get to. And it has a traditional cap with a little tether so you don't lose it, and a place to hang the cap while you're pumping gas. As long as the key's inside the vehicle, we can go ahead and start it up. It could be in your pocket, it could be in a bag, it could be here in the cup holder where I'm going to put it. So I put my foot on the brake and hold it and push this button. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see the floor mat hooks in place, keeping it from sliding around. And you have the bright pedals with the raised rubber grips, looking awesome. Now you notice that the accelerator pedal pivots there at the bottom. This keeps things from getting underneath it and causing a problem. And check out the footrest here on the left side. It's massive. Okay, so let's take a look under the hood. To lift the hood, there's a latch a little bit to the right of center. So here's the Kia emblem, a little bit to the right, right in here. You just move it to the left and you lift up. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It gets to a certain point, it goes up the rest of the way by itself. Right here's the latch, like so. All right, so let's look at the engine bay. You can see the hood is insulated. You even have a seal across the front here, and you also have seal across the back, and braces. Not only do you have braces here in the front to the strut tower, but you also have the brace there to the main portion of the vehicle. Has an insulated firewall as well. This vehicle is powered by a V6 3.3 liter twin turbo, 365 horsepower, and 376 pound-feet of torque, paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. So you have your power window controls. Your front two are one touch up and down. So we just touch it one time, goes down, and pull it up, it goes all the way up. The windows are laminated, so you have 2 panes of glass with an acoustic material in the center portion. This strengthens the glass, but also tries to dampen the sound from coming in the vehicle. Then you have your door lock controls, your side mirror adjustments, and you also have an automatic power folding side mirror. So you can have it automatically fold, or you can manually do it, whichever you prefer. So the power seat on the driver's side, typically the driver's special, so they have a little bit more than the passenger. So in this case, it's also true. You have the 4-way lumbar adjustment, the power seat that goes up and down. You also have a thigh extender, so we can get really super comfortable and adjust everything the way we want it. We can also adjust the bolsters. So this right here, this is for your lumbar, but this little knob here on the side of the lumbar is for the bolster, so we can move those in and out just in case they're squeezing us a little bit too much. We can ease them out or ease them in depending on how we want. So it has all these adjustments here for the driver, which is fantastic. And just to remind you, these are heated and ventilated seats as well. Here to the left of the steering wheel, you have your dimmer switch for your interior gauges, your lane keep and departure warning system that you can turn on or off, your blind spot detection system, ability to open up your power hatch, and the release for the fuel door. And you also have a tilt and a telescoping steering column that you can set it and it'll automatically go to your preset. So you have your 2 presets right here in the door. Your blind spot monitor system, the indicators are here on the side mirrors, which is an auto dim side mirror. So the heads-up display, you can change the color. It also has the speedometer, of course, but also will display the turn-by-turn directions, traffic information, driving assist information, lane safety information, and your blind spot safety information. All will show up here on the HUD display. Now you can customize it here on the screen in the settings. It has the display height. You can turn on or off the heads-up display. You can rotate it. You can change the brightness, and you can change what you want on it right here individually. You can change the size of the speed numbers. You can also change the color. So let's go to color right here, and it's in white right now. Let's change that to orange and green. Now I have polarized sunglasses on right now, and even if I change the color, sometimes it makes it hard to see depending on how I turn my head, but I can see it. Okay, sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out. Man, this is a comfortable vehicle. There's so many customizations as far as the position of the seat. So I have the seat all the way back. I have the lumbar adjusted set, I have the bolsters set, but I have the seat all the way back just to give you an idea of the legroom. I'm 6 feet tall, and I have, like, my feet are completely straight out and I can't touch the pedals. I can touch the brake a little bit, but my feet are just a little bit away from the footrest and the gas pedal, so right there is touching it. But anyways, really a lot of legroom and knee room potential here in this vehicle. It's amazing. Okay, so let's look at the steering wheel. It's a flat bottom steering wheel with a leather wrapping, stitching on the inside. You have the perforations here on the ends, and then it transitions into the smooth leather here on the top and the bottom. Has the GT badging there with the gloss black, looking nice. Cruise control is here on the right side. Now this is not a normal cruise control. It's a dynamic radar cruise control in which you can set a following distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. If the vehicle in front of you is going slower than your set speed, it'll slow you down, match their speed, and you can set the distance between you and them. It also has some buttons here that correspond with the screen, which we'll get to in just a minute. You have the paddle shifter there on the back. It extends all the way to the bottom, so anywhere in which your hand is, here or here, you can use the paddle shifter. On the left side is your Bluetooth controls for your phone. Once you pair your phone, you can make calls, receive calls, that kind of thing. Volume for your radio, change through your presets on your radio. Voice recognition. Mode is your audio source. And then your paddle shifters here on the left. Windshield wiper controls are there on the right side. Turn signal is here with your headlight controls. So you can turn off the daytime running lights, put on automatic, parking light, and headlights there. Okay, so here's your gauges, and very simple, easy to read, black background, a little bit of depth down in there so that way your eyes can transition easy as far as focusing from the road onto the gauges and back and forth. RPMs on the left side with the engine coolant temperature. On the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge, and the center portion is a big screen. So you notice it has the digital speedometer. It gives us a range. It also gives us the outside temperature and how many miles the vehicle has at the bottom there. Also, the drive mode is located here, so it's in comfort. Okay, so I'm going to use these buttons right here. So we have pages, and then we have selections and up and down. So I'm going to use those buttons to kind of cycle through here, showing you the optional information you can get. So right now we're in the first tab. So if I push the pages buttons, you see little icons that cycles through. So right now we're in this one here. So it shows the digital speedometer. I can scroll down, shows us the drive mode, fuel economy, information like that you can reset. So your trip, your average miles per gallon, and a trip timer. And you have two of them. Scrolling over to the navigation. The navigation is not set up. The dealer will have to insert the SD card to set that up for the customer, but it'll show up right here. And the driving assist features, let you know if you're going over a lane or something like that. If you go too far over a lane, it's going to show you that. And also the adaptive cruise control, once it's turned on, it'll show you your information here as well. Going to the next page, this is your settings. This is where you can go in and set up all kinds of different things. We already saw some of it with your heads-up display. All right, scroll to the first page here. That's your gauges. So you get a oil temperature, torque, and boost will show up there, of course, when you're driving. Lap timer, G-force meter. That's awesome. So that's pretty cool. Those are that would probably in there would probably be my default, but also I'd switch back and forth to the speedometer. Digital speedometer is really handy for normal everyday driving. Alright, so there's your start button we saw, and here's your the screen extends up sort of like a tablet is just propped up there on the dashboard. So this is the home screen. A little bit of a glare with the camera, but I can see it just fine with my eyes. Okay, so it has the home screen, has a combination. Now your navigation will show up here once it's set up, so it'll be a split between your navigation, your climate control, and whatever your radio is doing, your audio. So let's go here to all menus, so you can just get an idea here. It has the UVO services that you can use your cell phone to pair that, and then the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, same deal. You have to plug in your cell phone in order to access those features. You have a whole comprehensive guide in which it explains all your different features of your vehicle, and it's searchable too. Voice commands, you can go through those. Let's go look at the radio. So you have your presets here on the left side and whatever's playing, and it also has little graphics there, which is pretty neat. Let's go back here. And your navigation menu, which like I said, that's not set up. and let's go to climate. See, right now it's off. Let's go ahead and turn that on so we can see what it shows here. See, it has your fan speed, where your air is blowing, your driver and passenger temperatures, which you can sync those if you want to. Now, if you plug in a USB device or you have some other audio source besides the radio, it'll show up here, so that way you can play it through the system. Right now there's nothing plugged in. And check out these vents. These vents are awesome. I mean, they just have like this little articulation here, and you turn the knob to close the vent. So you turn it and it clicks, and then now it's closed. You turn it back and then it's open. Really like the way these are. They just look really cool and they're really easy to use. Okay, so you have physical buttons down here. So traditional volume, tune through your tracks or make selections there with the right knob, and then your media, radio. These are all physical buttons in addition to the touch screen. You can go directly to your map, navigation, and set up all there and your favorites. The SD card input for your map is right there for your navigation. Okay, so your climate control, in addition to the screen, you have temperatures, your fan speed, recirculate the air, where you want the air to blow. You can put all that stuff, you can adjust it right here. You don't have to always go to the screen to adjust it. Your front and rear defrosters as well. Open this up, and you have a USB charger there on the right, USB input to play music through the sound system, USB input, and a 12-volt power supply. So this USB is only for charging. And you see it's backlit, it's pretty cool. And a little storage space right there, so you can place your phone in there, plug it in, and close this if it's small enough to fit. And this is a rubberized surface in there as well. Cup holders, and it's open here in the center portion, so you can utilize this space for other things besides cups, like propping your cell phone up or whatever. Okay, so here's the shifter, and it's a electronically controlled shifter. So all we have to do right now, it's in park. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse, like so. Two things will happen. One is the backup cameras will activate. I mean, the backup camera, but also the sensors will activate as well. And then you have the backup camera here with the active guidelines. We can pull it back into neutral. We can go here into drive. If we want to put it in park, we simply push that button and let us know it's park has engaged. It'll show up here on the screen. We have an electronic parking brake, which we can pull up and engage, or push the brake and push down on it to disengage it. Your drive modes are here, so let's go ahead and cycle through those. So as I turn it, it's going to give me a visual reference here. So we have Sport, Custom, Sport, Comfort, and Eco, and Smart. So basically it just kind of chooses for you. And it'll also show up here on the screen here just to kind of see where you're at and where you're going. But I like the way the other one just has this neat graphic there as you're cycling through. The auto hold feature, this is basically a brake hold to where you are sitting at a traffic jam or a traffic light. You don't have to hold the brake the entire time, but actually hold the brake for you while you're still in drive. As soon as you push the accelerator, it'll disengage the brake and allow you to go forward. And then this is your traction control. You can push it, disables the traction control, press and hold it, and it'll turn off the traction and stability control. So that way you can do donuts and all kinds of stuff if you hold it down. The auto start stop feature, you could turn that feature off. Typically when you get in the vehicle, when you come to a complete stop and you're stopping at a stop sign, it'll turn the engine off, and then as you're holding the brake, and then as soon as you let go of the brake and touch the accelerator, it starts back up. You can turn that feature off if you'd like to. Parking sensors, you can turn those on or off here. And then the heated seats and the ventilated seats. So pulling it back will turn on the ventilation, and it shows the blue bars as a 3-stage, high, medium, and low. And the heated seat is a 3-stage. You notice a different color, orange. And so you have high, medium, and low heat seats. Same thing for the passenger. Little storage space right in here with a rubber lining at the bottom. Here's your armrest. Soft to the touch, but not super duper soft, but it is soft. And I'd say it's probably big enough to share with your passenger. You can lift it up. Has this little tray that's removable. And you have a felt-lined storage compartment here. Okay, so it has an auto dim rear view mirror. It's actually auto dimming right now because they have the shade over the light sensor. It's also auto dimming the side mirrors. This is something you normally don't see during the day. You see both of them are auto dimmed. Now you can turn that feature on or off by pushing this button. You also find your HomeLink garage door opener controls here and a digital speedometer, which you can turn that on or off there. Place to put your shades with a super soft felt lining on the inside. Tap lights. And you can turn on all your interior lights by pushing that button, or you can have them turn on when you open up the door by having that one pressed. This powers your sunroof, which we'll get to in just a minute. Well, let me turn the headlights on. I want to show you a little light right here. This is a little ambient light that illuminates very softly the center of the vehicle. So that way you kind of has like a little bit of a moonlight to get your bearings at nighttime, so it's not completely pitch dark. So that turns on and off with the headlights. And then the visors have mirrors and lights. Pretty good size mirrors too. They also extend out, so let me show you that. Extend out quite a ways. Okay, so let's check out this sunroof. It is just massive. Check it out. So this whole area is not quite a, it's not like a panoramic sunroof, but it's much bigger than a standard sunroof from what I can tell. Now it has a shade that covers 100% of the light. So if you don't want any light shining in, you just close it up like so. And you can open it up. Open it up all the way. Back again. That's as far back as it goes. Now let's just tilt it. There we go. Just tilt it up a little bit. Get some airflow. Or we can close it, and then we can of course close the shade. Okay, so let's look at the visibility in the back. So you can see the headrests in the back are all the way down, but they don't seem to get in the way too much. Of course, you have the pillars back there, but still pretty good visibility, I would say, overall, especially considering you have all the technology helping you out, like the blind spot detection, parking sensors, cameras, all that good stuff. It's like any car, you have to get used to the blind spots and kind of adapt to them, and then you're fine. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you to Myrtle Beach Kia for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.